What's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever E3 2017. Day one for us.
Sure.
Kind of funny Gamescast. Obviously, E3's been going on a while. We did all the press conference coverage. Then E3 day one happened. We weren't here because we were traveling.
We were seeing the Nintendo stuff, and then we traveled on down here. Yeah.
So this is technically day two of E3, but it's our first day playing games, doing demos, doing all that stuff. We're going to be talking about what we played today or what we saw today behind closed doors.
Sure.
There's more detailed, in-depth stuff over on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames where we do all our reactions. We had our GameSpot live show.
Yep.
Where we had a whole bunch of devs come through and talk to them about their games, so you can check that out as well. But let's start off. Greg, what'd you play?
What did I actually play? Everybody's Golf. We did a whole bunch of behind closed door stuff. I played Everybody's Golf. I played Detroit Become Human. And I played Matterfall. Poorly, because I jumped in. Some kid just paused it rather than restart the demo, so I jumped in. I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I see.
I watched you play Mario Odyssey,
Yeah.
which I'm going to count as me playing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't count to you, Andy?
No, you saw a Let's Play is essentially what happened.
Well, sure,
True.
okay, sure.
Okay, did you like, comment, and subscribe is a more important question.
No. In that same place where I saw the Let's Play of Super Mario Odyssey, I saw Reggie play ARMS, and I saw...
Kimishima.
Oh.
So it was quite the moment.
And I saw through a window, not that I was peeping, but as I was walking, Miyamoto sleeping on a couch.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a true story.
In a conference room.
That's an awesome visual, I bet.
It was very
like,
fun.
it warmed my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But let's start with Detroit Become Human. This was the hostage demo that we saw last year, I believe, at E3, right? That's where it was. Well, it gets so confusing with the PSX stuff getting mixed in sometimes. I can never keep track of what I saw.
Sure.
This is my first time playing Detroit Become Human. I had seen the demo like everybody else last year, but going through now and picking up picking up headphones and piecing the whole case together, detective robot style. You know what I mean? Because I'm an android out there.
Inspector Gadget.
This game's fucking awesome.
Yeah?
This was so good.
I'm playing it tomorrow. I can't wait.
I'm a huge sucker, obviously, for David Cage and Quantic Dream. I love Heavy Rain. Beyond, I didn't like, I guess, so much, so I'm not that big of a sucker. But I loved Heavy Rain. And this was that feeling of, like, I did the normal thing where came out of a cutscene and was just standing in an elevator, and I was like, this is taking fuck. And I was in control of the character. Totally didn't know because it was just such a great seamless transition.
I was watching you play it for a second, and it was breathtakingly gorgeous.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the thing, and it was doing the thing, and I'm sure we will get the game and it'll all fall apart. But it was doing that thing where I was like, I want to explore the area and try to figure stuff out. And I was walking in like where the camera was anchored. I was walking over here, and it didn't do the uncanny valley thing of like looking all weird, like walking somewhere he's not supposed to walk. I was exploring the thing. They pulled the mom back past me grieving, and she started screaming about like they're sending an android in. And I came back and just walked towards the elevator and had her screaming in my face. I was like, that's fucking cool. And then walked up there and then started piecing it together. And it's been so long since I did the whole like quarter turn circles on a stick for these like Quantic Dream games, but it was awesome. And then to get out there and make my choices and present the evidence in my head, like start assembling the evidence, and then how did I want to argue it and what did I want to do? It was awesome. It was really, really good, and I've always been stoked for that game, but even more so now.
Essentially, like, it sounds like a futuristic fucking Heavy Rain at this point.
Exactly. I mean, and that's the thing. They revealed that third playable character at E3 this year. This was the second one had ever been revealed. The android that was this hostage negotiator or whatever. It was cool to get into that role and have it was detective, right? Of me, I could have easily walked right out there and started talking to the guy, but it told him how bad my probability of success was. But as I went through and picked up photos and did like the Batman rewind a crime scene, right, to figure out like what happened and where did this go, and then watch what that guy was seeing and doing. It was like, this is really cool, and I'm glad that this is the demo I saw last year that I'm playing, because I don't want something else ruined for me.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna get a few dozen of these kind of experiences, not all detective mode obviously, but like little scenes like that to play with, I don't want any more of them ruined. I don't want to know any more than I have to jump in and do that.
Point.
Yeah. Andy, what'd you play? Actually, before we get to that, I want to say, I should have said this in the beginning, GameSpot has been nice enough to let us use their E3 stage.
Oh, I thought this was my Gamescast.
Yeah, kind of funny Gamescast. It's great.
It means
so thank you.
Gerardo. He's the CEO.
So, Andy,
Good guy.
what'd you play today?
I only got to play Destiny 2 because I saw the Call of Duty World War II behind the scenes thing that they show you, or behind closed doors, and then the playtests were running late. So they were like, hey, your Call of Duty playtest will start at 12:10. 12:15 was Destiny 2. I went the Destiny 2 route. But what I saw from Call of Duty World War II was a brand new, like, vertical slice, never before seen thing that they showed us. It is very, very intense, man. Holy shit. It's super graphic. It's like one of the most fucking detailed, graphic, gross things I've ever seen in a video game.
Whoa.
Gregory.
That seems. I don't like this. I'm getting scared now.
So there's a lot of cool things about the comment. I wrote some notes down. Let me see what I got through here.
Notes on your little phone. That's cool,
Josh Duhamel was cool. Good guy. He's kind of your dude, like leading you through this attack in Marigny. I don't know, somewhere in Germany, essentially.
Okay, sure. In Germany.
And so there's a really cool part where you are engaging in combat. You're shooting Nazis on the other side, and there was a part where one of your dudes is in the street. It's like, oh my leg, you know. And so player runs up to him and grabs him and drags him off into cover, which was really cool. Like some straight up like Saving Private Ryan shit that, you know. You're used to just those guys being NPCs and you can't do anything to them, but you're actually able to recover them and save them. There was a lot of destructible buildings, which was awesome looking, and airplanes were, you know, fucking dropping bombs and buildings were crumbling, and there was a really, really gross part. So it kind of reminded me a lot of Uncharted 4 when you are in the clock tower, in the bell tower or whatever, and so you're up top, very, very Saving Private Ryan style, sniping down, covering your dudes, and a tank eventually sees you and shoots at you, and the guy in front of you gets, like, from his nipples up are just gone, and he falls back, like, towards you, and all you see is just, like, fucking ribs, like, broken ribs, and, like, it's just all gone. It's just meat. And Hip Hop Gamer was in the theater with us, and just, oh shit, and that's how we all felt, because it was so fucking just, it was gross. I couldn't believe how gross it was. Very, very graphic. And then from there on, really intense scene of the building started falling down and the bells were falling and you're like trying to escape, and really, really well done. Again, didn't get to play it, unfortunately, because I wanted to play Destiny, and the Destiny 2 demo was essentially the same one that they showed us during the Destiny reveal a couple weeks ago or a month back or whatever. It's the same thing that you do there, but I was playing it on an old PC.
Oh, you played the PC
That old WASD.
Oh,
you know that WASD?
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was cool to see that game in faster than 30 frames per second.
Yeah. Did it blow you away?
Cool.
Did it make you say, I got to play this on PC?
No.
No, okay.
No. I mean, it was gorgeous. It was super gorgeous. It, you know, I hadn't played a game. I'd played a few matches in Overwatch a couple weeks ago, but that took some getting used to, like, because all the buttons are mapped differently or whatever. But I broke the game.
Candy Andy.
Because I'm such a seasoned game developer throughout my career, guys. Got to a part where I jumped off this area too many times and died, and it shot me back to a prior area with a door that wouldn't open. And so the guy was like, "Oh well,
it's your destiny."
PC gaming."
Yeah, it is. So no, it's not PC gaming. It's just a bug. So the
never happened in any of the consoles. I mean, I was at the Destiny 2 event, and that never happened. The door's open. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin.
Christ. So anyway, so I broke the game. The guy was like, "Oh well, I mean, looks like you found a bug. Maybe we can hire you as a QA tester." I was like, "Fuck! I came from game development. Fuck that. Like, no thanks." But the guns were super fun. You start off with like all of these super high quality weapons, all the purple rare weapons. And so you got to go into your menu and choose which weapons you prefer, like your plasma or your burst rifle or like a hand cannon. So I went for my hand cannon.
The hand cannon.
That's where it's at. Just a giant ass fucking magnum. I mean, it's more Destiny. You know, it's fun.
Are you still excited to play with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, there was nothing that surprised me because it was already shown, but it was still cool and it controlled really well. So that was Destiny 2.
You see anything else? Even if you didn't get to play it?
I mean, I saw some stuff. I saw some Far Cry gameplay, which is really cool. I wanted to go to the Ubi booth. And then I saw a lot of Mario today, just on the screens and just standing in line and like watching people play. Good Lord. I just can't fucking wait, dude.
Yeah. So speaking of Mario, I got to play it. It's awesome. Like it was crazy because it took a minute for me to wrap my head around the controls because it feels and plays like Mario 64 and Sunshine did. Specifically, I would say it felt more like Sunshine than anything.
Okay.
In terms of Mario's maneuverability.
The best Mario game, right? Sunshine?
Well, in terms of control, like I
Just kidding.
I definitely think that Mario Sunshine had a really, really, really tight feeling Mario where every single thing you wanted him to do, he did.
Right.
I feel like Galaxy dumbed things down a bit when it came to his moveset. And it was weird to go back to him having a whole bunch of things, and especially new stuff, being able to throw the cap and not only use it to attack enemies, because that's very similar to just like the punching mechanic that we had in Mario 64. But in Mario 64, I never felt like that was the right thing to do. Like there was never an enemy that I'm like, I'm gonna punch that thing because you're getting way too close and that could hurt you. Whereas with the cap, being able to throw it and
boomerang
hit the
action.
guys, yeah, it felt more like the boomerang. It actually really felt like the boomerang in Mario 3D World. And I liked that, but the added ability to throw it out, hold the button, and then use it as a platform to jump, like immediately I'm like, this is going to be awesome in the later levels or when there's real platform intensive sections of the game. I didn't get to play too much. I wish I could play more, but there's a Let's Play up of what I did. And it was hard for me to wrap my head around the idea of climbing and what platforms I could go on and what I couldn't go on, because the last couple 3D Mario games have been way more platform focused and just momentum of moving forward, whereas this is open world, take your time and just explore.
And Zelda taught you can climb everything.
It did. And honestly, I got a lot of Breath of the Wild vibes from this game. And that's early to say, but it reminded me of how I felt about Breath of the Wild last year when I played it at E3, where I was like, this is really awesome. It's a little overwhelming, and I want a lot more time with it. I'm blown away by Mario, but I feel like it didn't totally click for me yet.
Wow. See, I thought Mario was a slam dunk in terms of, like, I was with you last year when we played Zelda. It was like, that was a weird thing to get dropped in the middle of and not understand what is, blah, blah. But for this one, like when you're running and you see the moon piece or you see somebody over there or the jump rope game, you're like, I know, I can see me on a plane being like, man, I'm going to go get, I'm sure there's a moon thing up there. And on the way there, pick up 3 other moons because I know that, that looks like something. Oh, that's something. When she went today on the GameSpot show, when they were doing it and she bought like the pinstripe suit, I'm like, ugh. Like, yes, I'm going to buy, I can't wait to buy every outfit in this game. And
I mean, even me, when I was playing, I needed that sombrero.
Yeah, of course.
And I got it. I made that thing happen. But what I'm saying, I want this clear. Odyssey it's amazing. And I really think that it's going to follow Breath of the Wild to me in terms of at E3. I was like, this is great, but something isn't clicking for me. And then when it comes out, it's going to revolutionize.
Tim's gone on record
Mario.
as saying he does not like Mario Odyssey.
It's true. It's true. But I really think that it's going to revolutionize what a 3D Mario game can be. I like how little they're showing us. They only had 2 levels here, and even in those 2 levels, it's one of those things where it reminds me of Breath of the Wild last year at E3, where every time I see it walking by on a screen, it's a different section of the level. They're doing something different. I'm like, where's that? And it's like, oh, you went down a manhole, which gives you a Mario Sunshine style obstacle course in those like the levels where you didn't have the water pack, flood. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And then another time I see, I'm like, all right, cool. This is super platform intensive. It reminds me of some of the levels in Galaxy 2. And then there's other things where I'm like, oh, this is classic Mario 64. And it definitely doesn't even, I wouldn't say it feels like a greatest hits. It feels like a step forward and a big step for Mario, which I'm so impressed by because I didn't think they could do something after Galaxy that made me go, wow, like there is still new Mario magic out there. But they did. So I'm very excited.
That Mario magic, yeah. Everybody's golf is awesome. It's Hot Shots Golf on the fucking PlayStation 4 with Shuhei Yoshida as a playable character. And that was awesome. That's just it. Yeah, exactly. But it was like, I haven't, the Hot Shots on Vita, I didn't dig as much as I loved my PSP versions, just because of the star system, but we'll get to that another time. So I haven't played Hot Shots intense in like a decade, like when 8 maybe years, and so to sit down with that and be like, I can just see the hours of I'm gonna sink into that game, especially when it's like we can do tournaments with the audience and we can do all these different things. Like it's just Hot Shots. It's beautiful. I can't wait to see how the open world stuff works. I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be great. Matterfall is Housemarque again, so it's gonna be great. Again, it jumped in really pretty, but again, skipping the tutorial It took me too long to remember or figure out what dash was going to be and how this was going to work.
Seeing the trailer for Matterfall a couple days ago, I was actually like, oh, I don't know. It's obviously Housemarque, so it's great. But I was like, it's something about it. I'm like, I don't like how that game plays.
Interesting.
Seeing you play it totally changed my mind.
Oh, good. Okay,
I was just like, oh, cool. Like when it wasn't just a trailer where it was like shot. Seeing you actually like go through it, I'm like, oh, that looks like it's fun.
It looks like a better Mighty Number 9.
Exactly. That's a great because what I was struggling with is that I didn't have the speed down. I didn't have that cadence down. So when I'd get on a roll and then get hit by something, I was like, oh well, if I hadn't fucked that up, that would have been great. And I can see how that all linked together.
Yeah.
But speaking of playing stuff and having it change your mind, tell me about that Knack 2.
Well, so here's the deal. We went to see a whole bunch of Sony stuff behind closed doors today. So we saw Spider-Man and Days Gone and Uncharted.
Yeah.
There's reaction videos you can watch of us going to all those, but since we didn't play them, the one thing I did get to play was Knack 2. And let me tell you guys, the hype is real.
Oh my God!
Our Lord
Shut
and
the fuck
Savior.
up.
Now here's
Mark
the thing.
Cerny delivering.
All jokes aside, I just saw it and no one was playing it, and I'm like, all right, well, I gotta give this thing a shot. And then one of the developers was there, and he's like, oh, cool. So just so you know, this is it's couch co-op, so at any point you can jump in and play. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. And we jump in, and I started playing it, and I'm like, and I told him, I was like, he's like, oh, do you play Knack 1? I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I played enough of it to know I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like how it felt, and everything about it just it wasn't what I wanted from a platform. And I'm a 3D platform guy. Like, it felt way too kiddie, and it didn't feel right. Like, going back to what I was talking about with Mario just feels right. Knack did not. Instantly with this, I'm like, it feels a lot better, and his moveset is way more interesting, and it's straight up ripping off Crash Bandicoot. Like, it's the triple jump with the spin.
Yeah.
And he can jump up, and his ground pound is the splat on the ground.
Can you demonstrate those moves for us? Because you did
right
the
now.
dance today.
I did the dance. That was awesome. It wasn't my birthday, but Crash Bandicoot sang me happy birthday. That was cool.
Very weird.
Check that out on our channel as well.
It's a weird show.
But with Knack, I was pleasantly surprised where I was like, huh, this doesn't suck.
Yeah.
So that was surprise number one. Then as I played through the level a bit more with the guy, I was like, there's a lot of hidden secrets here. Like, it sounds like a fun game to play through. And he was saying it's a 10 to 12 hour experience, but $40. That was the thing that I'm like,
that's
all
cool.
right, I get who this game is for, and they're actually doing a good job with it. And the drop in, drop out co-op made sense.
Sure.
And being able to team up in the mechanic of being big or small, in the level I played was a bit easy. Like, it was simple to understand when you were supposed to be what, but there was a lot of hidden things. And what I liked is there's difficulty levels that you can choose, and if you're a little kid that isn't that good, you can just play easy, and it actually will block off some of the more difficult sections of the game, so you can just get through it.
Yeah.
But then on the harder section, like if you go on hard, the platforming is even more complicated. So choosing level isn't just, oh, when enemies hit you, it takes more life away.
Yeah.
It's actually like it's going to change the level layout to accordingly, and
That's cool.
I think that's pretty cool.
All right. I forgot the other game I played today. Cool, Greg. Do you mind? Thank you. Played Gang Beasts on the PlayStation 4.
Fucking Christ.
Where I officially won the Kind of Funny World Championship.
You actually didn't.
I did, actually.
No.
We said that it would be first person to win, too.
No, not what we said. We said first person to win. I mean, it was a match of we had 3 lives, and whoever lost all 3 lives, whoever was the last remaining won. We didn't get to complete that. Mid-match, you decided, since you had already won 1 match, that if we ran out of time, it's like,
thank you. I can't be held responsible for the fact that the GameSpot hired us to do stuff. Our segment was ending. They needed to move on. Yeah. And it was that, and it was 2 lives, not 3. We dialed it down. We did legitimately
dial it down. We then eventually dialed it down, yes.
We did. But I won the one. We had some knockdown, drag out, Gang Beast PlayStation 4 fights. Now, if we can come out of the jokey bit for a second, come back down. Did you feel like Gang Beast was moving smoother and faster on PlayStation 4?
No, I didn't.
Really?
No,
okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
We've been playing a lot of Gang Beast on Xbox One. No, actually on PC. We've been playing on PC.
Yeah. I thought we played today on Steam.
Well, we were playing the PlayStation 4 build off of a computer today.
Oh, okay.
Good Lord. This game, man. This game is so ridiculous. I love Gang Beast. I think it's such a good time. I never quite feel like I'm in control of what I'm doing.
Sure.
But it seems like when I win, I feel like I earned it. When I lose, I feel like I should have lost. So I'm like, all right, cool. There's something there. But playing on a PS4, it felt off to me.
Really?
Like, yeah, there's something about it.
I thought it felt faster, but I don't know. Something about it was different for sure.
Yeah.
Those frames per second, Greg.
But it worked out. I got my championship. I will get the platinum trophy one day, I'm sure.
Off.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
It's heavy.
It is heavy.
It's
a real
heavy.
championship belt.
Bullshit.
Don't worry, Andy. One day you'll have this. Tim never will, but you will one day.
couple matches of Mario Kart, and we'll see what happens,
We'll see.
Miller.
We'll see what happens.
You know
We'll
that I'll
see what
beat you in that.
happens.
You know what I mean? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Is there any other games that we played? I think that we ran through it all because most of our stuff was like just demos where we just watched.
Yeah. Uncharted we already talked about, Spider-Man, and Days Gone we saw behind closed doors. It's worth pointing out that we gave away 3 of our Kind of Funny approved awards today. 3 of our not game of the shows, but ones that are they are games of the show, but not the game of the show. We gave it to Days Gone. We gave it to Spider-Man. We gave it to Mario.
All very, very, very deserving.
Tomorrow's the day where we're actually going out and seeing games, no live streams, no nothing. So we'll be seeing a bunch of games, playing games, coming back then, doing reactions like this,
and
doing
announcing our
Gamescast.
game of the show.
Sure.
On tomorrow's Gamescast. I know this isn't about games we played, but I do want to say this.
Sure.
I want to talk about Spider-Man for just a second. I know
Okay.
we've been doing it all day, but one thing I thought about while I was peeing in the bathroom over there, and it was
Right over
really,
there.
it was
Did you wash
really
your
good-
hands?
It was a really good. I did.
Okay,
I washed
good.
the shit out of my
Just
hands.
checking, just making sure.
And the piss. I realized that I'm so impressed by the Spider-Man demo that we saw and the gameplay that we saw, dude actually playing the game.
Yeah.
That he's actually playing the game, and it looks like the footage we saw last year at E3. Because when we first saw that, it's like there's no way that's gameplay. That's gameplay.
Yeah.
The way Spider-Man moves and the parkour that he does, like that is built in. That is how it looks when he moves around buildings or jumps over desks or whatever. And I'm like, that is so
It
damn
wasn't just some
impressive.
pre-canned
Yeah.
cutscene or whatever.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Spider-Man's awesome. Spider-Man's super fucking cool. Days Gone's super fucking cool.
Days Gone
Uncharted is more Uncharted, which is great.
Days Gone is so much more impressive than I ever thought it could be.
Yeah.
Because I immediately wrote it off last year as, it's a Last of Us wannabe. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a bad game.
Sure.
That could be a great game.
Sure.
But it's so much more than that. And we keep saying this, but it reminds me a bit more if Last of Us and Horizon had a sexy baby,
Ooh, sexy baby.
it would be Days
You don't
Gone.
want
It's a hot
to.
baby.
You've seen those sexy babies, Kev.
Yeah.
Those babies you want to fuck. As soon as you see them.
No,
Whoa, my God.
My God.
Greg.
Ladies and
You said a
gentlemen,
sexy baby.
we're gonna stop here. Thank you
They're
very
doing this
much
all
for
the time?
joining us. Tomorrow we will be back
Diaper
with a whole
falling
bunch
down
more
seductively.
reacts, couple kind of funny plays, I think, and definitely one more Gamescast to announce our game of the show for E3 2017. Thank you very much. We'll see you later.
Thanks.
Sexy babies.
Oh, God, Greg, come on.